Okay, we're back. Got the 576 here. It's now Monday, I do know that. It's Monday, December the 17th. I went on ahead and done assembly work to it. Got all the clutch mechanism in, oil pump set. What I am missing is the supply tube, the metal brass supply tube that goes up to this rubber runner tube. That tube and that little grommet that goes down in the oil pump, it was there when I took it apart. Evidently the oil monsters have ate it, because I cannot find it. Not unless it's laying in the bottom of my parts cleaner. And if that's where it's at, that's where it's going to stay until I drain it. I'll just buy a new one. So I went on ahead, got the intake installed. That was a bitch. Why didn't you guys remind me when I was setting the cylinder that I had to put the intake on before I set the cylinder? I got it, but I said probably a dictionary's worth of cuss words as I was getting it in there, but I finally did get it, as you see. Got my block off plates on both the intake side and the strato side. Got the plug in, spark plug. Got the decomp plug in. And I've got the block off plate for the exhaust on there that I made. I've got rubber in behind all three of them plates. On this one here, it is not like the 372, even though it does have a sleeve that goes down in there. The sleeve does not get the O-ring underneath of it because the seal is an integral part of the bearing assembly. It's a proprietary bearing assembly, as I spoke of yesterday, and it's got an integrated seal inside of that bearing, so I don't have to worry about having the sleeve that goes underneath the clutch in there to do a pressure vac test. Other than that, as you can see, I've got the coil mounted, got the generator mounted, got the felling dog on, or just a small one. Other than that, it's time to do the pressure vac test. I've got the piston set at bottom dead center. That way it opens up the transfers and allows pressure to get up in on top of the piston, as well as, down in the crankcase. So I'm just going to go through the pulse line here. This one here, these are easy ones to do because the pulse line comes right up on the bottom side of the manifold. We're going to do a pressure test first, and it's already set on pressure. Let's make sure you guys can see this. Oh yeah. Matter of fact, let's raise that up just a tad. There you go. Okay, do the pressure test first. We'll take this up to shy of 10 pounds. Okay, there. Whoop, I hit the button. Release some of it. Okay, right there, we're just shy of 10 pounds. Lay that down. Off top of my head, I cannot remember what the specs are in the service manual. I could get it out and look, but I'm just going to let this go. Get my phone unlocked here. I'll get a timer up. By the time I get this done, it'll be plenty of time. Got a new phone for Christmas. This thing's giving me fits. Got to relearn it. There we go. Stopwatch. We'll let that go one more minute. Oh, sorry, bumped into the camera tripod. I mean, by the time this gets done, it's probably been 3 minutes, and I know that the time isn't 3 minutes. It's I believe it's like 3 pounds over a minute, but don't quote me on that. Like I said, I'd have to get in the service manual just to find out. We're at 45 seconds. Yeah, there's 55. That ought to be good enough for a minute right now. So, what I'm going to do, I'll show you that it's probably bled off right at about a half a pound over them 3 minutes. So I'm going to crank it here. There's top dead center. There's top dead center again. There, we're back. Should be close to bottom right there. Let's see what we've got if I don't hit it. Still got right at 9 pounds. So after all that, half a pound's all lost over a period of probably 4 minutes or better, 5 minutes. And rotating the crank, and what that does, that checks the seals to make sure that they're not leaking by rotating the crank on the seals. And it also allows the pressure to equalize between the top of the cylinder and down in the crankcase. So now we're going to go to vacuum. Just shy of 10 pounds. And I'm going to start my stopwatch again. Okay, we're going. Since I got this up a little bit faster, I'll let this one go to 2 minutes, and then I'll rotate the crankshaft. We're at 30 seconds right now. Looks like it's holding. We're at 45 seconds. We're right at a minute right now. So basically, once I get this done, I can put the flywheel. I won't be able to mount the clutch or nothing until I get that oil tube. Rebuild the carburetor, get all that buttoned up, get the muffler on it. So when I get my oil tube and my grommet for the oil pump, I will be able to install that and get it up and running. Then I'll do a first start. We're at a minute and a half now, and hopefully I'll have my bar and chain by then. I am trying to find a 24-inch 404 pitch bar for this, 63 thousandths. I've got some 404 chain 63 thousandths that I can spin a loop out of. So this saw's gonna, if I can find it, this saw's gonna wear a 404 bar, 24 inches long. Okay, we're at 2 minutes now. So stop this. What I'll do now is We'll look at the pressure, make sure, or the vacuum rather. Just a shad, just a tad underneath 10 pounds still. So we're going to rotate the crank. Again, what this is doing is simulating running, and it's equalizing the vacuum between the top of the cylinder and the crankcase. And by running the crank on the seals, if there was to be anything there, any kind of a leak, it would pick it up. See, we're still just under 10 pounds, maybe about 9 pounds. So we're probably 4 minutes into it, and we've only dropped maybe a half a pound at that, if we even drop that. And that could be right here where this little attachment goes in, or it could be back here at this attachment. I'm not worried about that. This more than passes specs for Husqvarna testing. So that's it for today. I might do a little bit when I rebuild the carburetor. All I got in the kit was just gaskets. I don't know why I didn't get a needle. Maybe this carburetor doesn't have a needle. I've never messed with an auto-tune carburetor, so it might be an experience for both of us. I get into it, I may do a little video on it. But the next video will probably be the first start and hopefully the first cuts. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.